If you literally think about it, hit that like, hit that subscribe, y'all. But look, if you literally think about it, it's crazy how everything in our environment is always based on opposites. It's always the black, the white, the right, the wrong, the up, the down, the red, the blue. Everything is the man, the woman. Everything is always an opposite. And this is how we operate in this three-dimensional reality, is always in these opposites. Take having to choose sides, whether in war, politics, government, church, everything. Everything in this world of ours is based on either or. That's what our world is based on. And so we know that if the Matrix is like when Neo saw the truth of what the Matrix is, he saw it was 1 0, 1 0. It's the binary code. But that binary code translated into everyday life is the opposites, the constant, it's the opposites. That's what the binary code of the Matrix is. It's the opposites. And if you really stop and think about it, I'm talking it goes from the smallest little thing all the way to the biggest thing, man. There's always a form of opposites in this matrix. But then quantum thinking is no longer seeing it in the opposites. To how to get out the matrix, quantum thinking is you see the common denominator, you see the thread that links all things together. And so then you begin to formulate thoughts. You change your mind if you change, because the matrix dwells in here, not out here. This is just a projection. Everything out here is just a projection of what's going on in here. So the matrix actually dwells in here because of how you're taught. Everything you think, when you think in a certain language, that's the language that you're thinking in is what's developing and creating your world. So if everything is always like an opposite, that's how you're connected to the matrix. This is how you keep it going, because you always are going with the opposites, or you always having to take a side. That's how it works. The rich, the poor, whatever. But that's how it works. This is how the matrix exists. This is why Neo saw 1 0 1 0. He's seen the binary code, right? So quantum thinking is you no longer think that way. You begin to train your mind, or you begin to do your shadow work to where you understand what you seek now is the common denominator. You don't see things in the opposite. No, you see the common denominator. You see what I'm saying? You see the thread that links all these things together. And that, I feel personally, that is literally the beginning of coming out what we call is the matrix, and going to another level of consciousness, because thinking like that will automatically take you to another level of consciousness. How else could it not? If you stop one thing and you begin on something else, what does it do? It elevates your game. You know what I'm saying? So same thing when you relate it to all things with your mind. Same thing. If you stop thinking in one way and then begin to think in a different way, that's going to do what? Elevate your mind, which is going to take you out of this box. Ooh, this three-dimensional box. You start thinking outside of the box. Well, what is the box? The box is the three-dimensional reality and the binary code that controls what's in it. The opposites. That's the box. How do you think outside the box, like the commercials say? How you think outside the box? You no longer think that way. You think now in quantum thinking, which is you see things together, connected. You see the common denominator. You see the thread that connects all things. That's quantum thinking. And then you begin to develop it, you know what I'm saying, thereof. You begin to work on it just like that. But the matrix exists in here. That's where the matrix exists. So this is where you have to first start, right? Yeah, man. I just be thinking on things sometimes and just. But think about that for a second. Yeah. Peace and blessings.